Hey guys. Okay, well, let's get this out of the way now, shall we? No, I'm not dead. I do feel admittedly a little bit guilty making a video on this channel after having not posted anything consistently for what may be a couple of years now, but I actually have some announcements that I'd like to share with you all. First, however, some context. The past couple years, I spent finishing my university degree, and if you were following me some time ago hearing me describe the difficulty of output back then, you'll understand why I had to prioritise big time towards the end. Naturally, in doing so, the videos kind of faded out while I was concentrated on more important things. Thankfully, it paid off. I graduated the summer of 2018 with a first-class honours degree in film production, and I'm still absolutely over the moon about it. I worked really hard, it wasn't easy, the last thing I expected was to get a good mark, I just wanted to pass the damn thing, so I'm very happy. Since then, however, I think I've found it a little bit hard to come back to this platform because, well, the more I considered what Sam's channel is, the more I came to realise that much of its content and audience was defined by stuff that I made when I was really only into things like superheroes and Star Wars media. And the thing is, yeah, I was only into that stuff when I was 17. And I'd be lying if I said that my favourite fictional character wasn't still Spider-Man, I just fucking love that guy. But you know what? I also really love cinema of all kinds, and by the time I was posting my latest review, it kind of felt like Sam's channel had become something of a geek culture platform, and that the only things I could discuss were comic book films, Disney, Star Wars, and maybe the occasional blockbuster. I mean, what about A Ghost Story, Ben Wheatley's Free Fire, Get Out, The Beguiled, all of which ranked among my favourites of 2017? No one was going to watch stuff about those. There was an audience expectation that I had essentially limited myself by based on videos I'd made in college. People still respond to that Why Man of Steel Didn't Work video as though I published it yesterday. Mate, I don't even like that video anymore. And I could list several others where I went into long-form tantrums about properties I've either grown passively interested in now, or that my opinion has changed on. I got a ton of folks writing to me when Young Justice, the cancelled animated show that I had once called to be renewed, got announced for a revived third season recently. And while I appreciated the positive sharing of information, well, it didn't really faze me. I kind of got over that ages ago. Heck, do you remember how much I hated Iron Man 3 when it came out? I really like that movie now. I think a big part of developing as a writer, and even just as a person in general, is being open to people changing your mind, reconsidering things, and letting your opinions evolve. Heck, you know what? In times like this, that shit is really important. And when I look at movies now, that perspective is far more informed by a well-rounded 5 or so years of having watched countless different films of varying genres, and having studied the damn thing all that time. Because of all that, I would definitely say that nowadays I am a far bigger film enthusiast than I am a geek culture guy. That doesn't mean that I don't ever want to discuss that stuff. Heck, my university thesis was on fan culture, for God's sake. I'd just like to be able to make a video about The Old Man and the Gun, a low-budget, stylistic genre piece where people mostly sit down and smile at Robert Redford, and have an audience that would take an interest in that and actually watch it. At the end of the day, I love writing about film. I love discussing the industry, the importance that a really good or a really bad movie has as an art form on culture, what it says about modern society, what techniques have been employed to get across an idea or a genuine story beat. There are so many elements that go into making one: music, art, performance, editing, sound design, writing, storyboarding, lighting. It's always kind of felt to me like the king of all art forms because it combines so many. And that stuff is what I would like Sam's channel to be. And I hope that people don't think that I'm saying any of this to condescendingly act as though I've risen above the sort of content that geek culture surrounds, or even that I don't still enjoy it and plan to continue discussing it. It's more about healthily distancing yourself from stuff that, well, looks a bit unprofessional now. So, I'm starting to reach a point where I'd like to pursue film writing more seriously, and it only makes sense that if I'm to do that, produce articles or even smaller quick-fire editorials, there's no harm in using them as the basis for a video script. I'm aware that not everyone engages so easily with long-form write-ups, and I'm also aware that there's a very passionate audience that's followed my work for a long time now, even when I wasn't producing any content. And I feel that it's only fair, given the years of ridiculously kind support from all of you, seriously, thank you so much, I love you guys, that I deliver in that respect. Anyway, enough talk, what the hell's the point? If any of what I've said sounds appealing to you and like stuff you'd wish to see, you can follow this link, which will also be in the description, and be directed to the new channel where you can subscribe and enjoy my content once more. I've still called it Sam's channel. I mean, what else am I going to call it at this point? And it will be a place where I hope viewers will find a more balanced variety of editorials discussing films of all kinds: art house, blockbusters, mid-budgeted, independent, weird, wacky, wonderful, and probably Spider-Man. I know myself just a little too well. The old channel, a la the one you're currently watching this video on, will not, I repeat, not be deleted. Not now at least. I appreciate that there's still people that love these videos and that don't want to see them gone, but I also won't be patrolling it so closely. I'm fortunate enough at the minute to have some freelance work in an industry that I love, so I can't promise that I bash these out every week, but it would be nice if this could be the start of something. I've changed some things around for the new platform. The videos are going to look a little bit different. I'm editing on Adobe Premiere now, but the style of discussion shouldn't change too much. I may make a one-off video essay based on my dissertation, but I can't imagine that I'll do many more in that format. Lord knows the last thing that YouTube needs right now is more self-acclaimed film bros acting as authorities on David Fincher movies. Anyway, I'm rambling. On the new channel you should find a review of Mary Poppins Returns, if not now then within the next few days, and soon I will also be providing a link to a Movies of 2018 podcast between myself, Kirk Beattie and Anthony Polonick on the social media pages, so keep an eye out for those. Okay everyone, that's everything. If you did manage to sit through the entire video, well done, and thank you. And I'll hopefully see you guys on the new channel. Bye bye.